And it all sounds as though Champions Day is going to be his final outing, is it?
Well, that was always on the cards. If everything went well yesterday and he handled the step up in trip and came through the race well, Williams' plan was always to end up Champions Day at Ascot. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about the Arc yesterday. Would we consider that? And I spoke to Sheikha Hissa briefly after the race and just said, would you even be thinking of this? And she just said to me, look, I think we will stick with Williams' plan. His plan was always York and then Ascot. So for the moment, we'll stick with that. I'm sure when she gets home and talks to her family about it, they'll have a discussion, but there's no point me saying any different at the moment. That's what she said to me yesterday. And unless William changes his mind, I'm sure that's what she'll want to do.
And it'd be wonderful to see him retire at the back end if he does go on and win the Champions Stakes, unbeaten with that record intact.
Of course, it'd be very special. I mean, Frankel was a one-off in my lifetime of racing and was just the greatest horse any of us will ever see. But for this horse to even be mentioned in the same breath as him is fantastic for all of us, obviously. And, it looks great on the scorecard, 10 out of 10. And obviously, if we can make it 11 out of 11, that would be absolutely wonderful. But, whatever happens, you can't take away from the horse what he's done up to now, his class, his speed, and his fantastic temperament are just extraordinary attributes that he's been blessed with. So let's hope we can keep it intact.
And you touched on Nashwan. It was interesting to see Willie Carson in the pitches there yesterday saying that this horse probably is better than Nashwan.
Yes, he ate the head off me at Ascot when I said I thought this horse might have a better turn of foot than Nashwan, and Willie told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and Nashwan would have won a July Cup. But then he came up yesterday. He said, "I think he is better than Nashwan." And as I say, his whole sort of makeup, together with this extraordinary laid-back temperament that he's been blessed with, I think he really is the sort of ultimate racehorse, rather like his father was.
And just to return to what you were saying, that Sheikha Hissa will get home and see, but the plan likely to remain the Champions Stakes. If he was to go for the Arc, Angus, what would your gut feeling be on the mile and a half?
Got home to study the whole film of yesterday yet, Martin. I've just seen it a few times on Twitter. I mean, to my eyes, he ran right through the line. I don't want to put anybody wrong. I'd be surprised if he didn't stay a mile and a half on what I saw yesterday. Look, it comes late in the season, we know, and they've all been on the go a long time, so you've got to have everything going for you to win an Arc. It's, in my view, the greatest race in the world. He'd need to be in great form, but I think he'll stay the trip again. We went up a big 2.5 furlongs yesterday, and he stayed that well. I'd be surprised if he didn't go an extra furlong and a half if it came to it.
Okay. And have you spoken to William this morning? Do you know how he's come out of the race?
No, I just got a message. Tried to leave him in peace, poor man, but I got a message that all was well so far. And we'll catch up in the next day or two and see how he is.
Good stuff, Angus. It was a terrific performance yesterday. I think as a racing fan, we all enjoyed watching it, and we look forward to seeing him back out on the track again towards the autumn time.
Fingers crossed. Thanks.
Lovely.
Man.
Thanks, Angus.